I said, "You really not going to hit me, are you?"
What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all. The playoffs are here, and you can still get that matching deposit on your first three deposits, and they have casino games, so definitely check it out.
A week or two ago.
Yeah, they wanted NFL head coaching experience. And I know a lot of people out there, they thought they'd go after like a Lincoln Riley, and that wasn't the case. They didn't want somebody with college experience. They wanted somebody who was an NFL head coach. And at first they wanted defense, but the more they did research on Mike McCarthy, the more they really started to fall in love with the grunt that is Mike McCarthy. He is a football guy.
He's a football guy.
And when they met with him and interviewed him, I think they looked at it and said there's such a difference between him and Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett, obviously Princeton kind of guy, and Mike McCarthy is just a Pittsburgh guy, worked in the toll booth. He's a grunt, and the way he went in there and explained how he would run their offense, run their team, and the team needs a lot of discipline also. They just fell in love with him throughout the night. And again, I reported yesterday on our Fox NFL Sunday Playoffs.
They fell in love with him. Oh, my God. Good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate you guys, and we got a lot to unpack here. Kellen Moore has left the building, as you can see from Joe Boo. Hashtag no Kellen Moore. Go to Twitter, X, whatever the hell you call it, and make sure, go to Instagram, okay? Go to TikTok, if it's still up. And hashtag, I know hashtags are going out, but hashtag no Kellen Moore. No more Kellen Moore. Do we need to start a petition? We may. Welcome Michael Anthony Fitness Reaction, who's here for a few days helping us out before we have this place turns into Ice Station Zebra come Monday with high temperatures of like 20 degrees.
Well, wait.
What?
But you have enough subscribers that you could put together a petition.
I'm telling everybody.
Signs.
I'm asking every single one of you guys, as well as you lovely ladies, because we got Lola in the house. I'm burning for Lola. There's Lady Libra, who's always on both channels. Lovely Lady Libra. Lovely Lady Libra. What's going on, Libra? Let's see who else. We got Zachary's in the house. Got Derek Young. Got Alan Williams in here. We got Patricio. What's up, Patricio? We got Loyal Cowboy. What's up, Loyal? Man, I ain't been seeing you, man. I know you're a busy man. Derek Young. Gina, the diva that is Dallas. What's going on? Malcolm Brown. Floby. Do you cut hair? I'm just wondering. Floby? Okay. Isaac.
I wanted a haircut before you know it.
Janet Rogers. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. What's up, Janet? Alrighty. I do not feel like Kellen. No Kellen. Right. No Kellen Moore. The one and the only Ron the Don Smith. Any more news updates on head coach again? We're going to get to all that in just a second. Oscar in the house. Harrell Williams, how you doing? Derek Young, hell no to Kellen Moore. Tuning in from Chicago. Well, it seems like Mike McCarthy is a serious candidate for the Chicago Bears.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Oh shit! I've lost my mojo!
Yes.
It makes sense after what Washington did.
Yeah. You know what? One man's junk is another man's treasure. And apparently, Chicago Bears look at it and say, we'd be happy with a couple of 12-5 playoff seasons. I don't know what Cowboys are complaining about. Victor, 20 degrees, that ain't much. Oh, no, bro, that's the high temperature. It's supposed to be like 2 at night after we get another 10 feet of snow.
If you compare to what Dan Quinn's done with Washington, they're thinking the same thing.
But see, you're trying to compare apples to oranges, okay?
I'm just saying.
No. So you got Dan Quinn who went to Washington with a GM where he said, what do you need? What do you need? And they went out and they got what they needed.
They also got rid of Dan Snyder, too.
Well, if you're asking me, my real feeling here is what happened is Jerry Jones woke up after the Commanders have a chance to be, I think, the only team that hasn't gone to an NFC Championship game
Since last time I went to a Super
since the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl.
Bowl. That's sad.
Okay?
That's
You
sad.
got the Eagles there, right? So here it is, the Cowboys. They look like ass over the last 30 years. And especially when you start thinking about some of the things that have transpired.
Oh, yeah, because the Jets
since
won.
no, the Jets haven't been one. I mean, Jets haven't, well, they're in the AFC, but
I'm
the
talking about
Jets haven't
NFC.
won a Super Bowl. But I'm just saying that,
They
you
went
know,
to the championship round of the playoffs. Since the Cowboys.
they've been to the AFC Championship games. But when I think about the Rams winning a couple of Super Bowls,
And
when I think Tampa Bay
might
winning
go
a
to
couple
the
of Super Bowls,
third.
oh my God, it's you know, and the Cowboys have been stuck here. The thing that bothers me about us as Cowboy fam, Mimi Williams, what's up, Mimi?
What did they say about the salary cap?
Oh, don't even start with salary cap.
With the Rams. Oh,
You know, when I showed you that opening clip that I had where they were discussing about Deion coming here, and you looked at Catboy, and he literally said, I'm a cap. I was training to be a capologist, and I had it down really good. No, you didn't. We're 30 years later, and you suck. You suck, Catboy. You don't know what you're doing. You looked like a greasy-ass kid that was happy that
Put a
his dad
forearm
gave
to
him a
you.
job.
you put your forearm to your dad against the wall when we got Deion.
Disrespecting your father like that. Man, what's
And we
wrong?
won. And we won no Super Bowl with Deion. So just get out of here.
We got Eric over here. We got Ghostface Gaming. We got DJ Dad. We got Ghostface and Victor and Dustin Roberts. Appreciate everybody being here. Make sure everybody hits the like button here because that definitely helps us and it doesn't cost you anything. And I think what we'll do tonight, we should give away one of these. Okay? I think this is the shirt. What do y'all think? Dumb and Dumber? I think Dumb and Dumber works. All right, so Kellen Moore was scheduled to finish his interview, which he was said to have said he's excited about doing it. Now, here is our only hope. You're the only one who could save us, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jacksonville, you're the only one who can save us. Jacksonville is also interviewing Kellen Moore. So the hope is that maybe, just maybe, Jacksonville will want that. But I'm going to ask you.
Well, they always like the Eagles trash.
That's true.
The former coach.
But here's the thing. I don't know that anybody has interviewed a candidate more than Kellen Moore.
Every year.
For the last 3 years, he has been, get like 3 or 4 interviews every year.
And he gets a job.
So, well, he not head coach.
I'm not talking about head coach. He at least gets a job.
Okay. He didn't leave the Cowboys. Well, okay. He did get the Chargers job, but here's what I don't understand.
The Chargers got
The
worse.
Chargers were ass.
Their offense got worse.
Mark, I think we better not get Kellen Moore. Also, no Kellen Moore hashtag. I don't see it.
But how does that work if you get Jason Witten on top of Kellen Moore? That doesn't
Kellen
work.
Moore would be Jason Garrett 2.0 without having been on the 90s teams.
And you want Jason Witten to learn from that guy?
I would rather skip the middleman and just say, okay, Jason Witten. Just Jason Witten. Now, the thing that was funny to me was watching from 5 years ago. I did an earlier video today where Rex Ryan literally said he thinks that Jason Witten, it's going to be Jason Witten's job in a couple of years anyway. He said he'll be brought in with Mike McCarthy and he'll be fired. That didn't happen. Mike McCarthy played, coached well enough with what he was dealt with to still succeed. I know as Cowboy fans, we're so arrogant because every year we always win the Super Bowls. But I have to look back here, and let's say we take out the Mike McCarthy years. Let's take out the Mike McCarthy years. What did we do after the Super Bowls, those 25 years? Jason Garrett, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8.
Well, the team was falling apart after we won the last Super Bowl.
Right. And they've had enough time to rebuild it. But
I mean, Troy Aikman would tell you that.
but
They're falling apart.
they haven't been able to do any of that.
Because he was coaching the team at certain points after we won the last Super Bowl. Before he retired?
Is that my mic or your mic? Wait a minute. Is that my mic or your mic that's squeaky? Okay. Must be a bad cable. Hold on. We got technical difficulties. My apologies, people. Let's try this. Let's see. Say something, Mike?
Testing.
Okay. That got rid of the crackle. I don't know where the crackle came from, but it's...
It might have been a loose cable.
Yeah, but now we got a little bit of background static. Okay. Might be my Rodecaster is getting a little bit older. Okay. Or those cables are bad. Okay. All right. So let's see if Mike's okay there. Say something, Mike.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay. All right. We'll get that through. Lola's got the heater on. It's cold. It's cold in Cali? Okay. It's going to be cold this way. I love Montana. It's cold and beautiful. So now we have, of course, Deion Sanders situation. I think, okay, here's my opinion. I think I would like to have Deion over, without a doubt. I'll take Deion over Kellen Moore any day of the week. Because when I look back at all of the coaches, with the exception of Bill Parcells, every single one of them have been Jerry Jones's lapdog. Every one of them. Whether it was Chan Gailey, whether it was Wade Phillips, whether it was Jason Garrett, whether it was Mike McCarthy. I want to try something different. I want to see a coach who will take no shit and put Jerry in his place. No, seriously. What are you laughing for?
Because that's not going to happen.
I didn't say that it was going to happen. You asked if you're asking me what I'd like to see happen. Because, see, I'd like to see winning. Because apparently the guy who said any number of 500 coaches that I could hire with the team he put together could win the Super Bowl.
Now, was this after they won the last Super Bowl or before?
That was after he fired Jimmy Johnson. So I guess he's been hiring 501, 502, 503.
But you were coaching with
look.
You're coaching with the previous team. Listen.
He's had more than enough time to rebuild and do things.
But at that time.
No. Okay. That guy who brought in primetime back in the day was bringing in a Charles Haley. He was spending money. They were making trades. That guy no longer exists.
But Jimmy Johnson, they were coaching with Jimmy. They were using Jimmy Johnson's team.
A guy who's going to say, get the fuck out of my locker room. These are my players.
Because I forgot who the coach was after that, but
it was Barry Switzer. Barry Switzer.
Who lost control of the team.
Yeah, basically the inmates were running the asylum. Then it was Chan Gailey. And that's where things just went down off a cliff. Who was the worst OC, Linehan or Moore?
Kellen Moore.
But here's the thing.
Kellen Moore.
You're talking about the same tree.
Kellen Moore.
Scott Linehan was the coach for Kellen Moore when he was with the Lions. The Lions, okay? Not today's Lions, your daddy's Lions that were ass.
Yeah, after they won their world championship.
I don't know why, but it seemed like our pipeline kept coming from the Lions with like Rod Marinelli.
Then we get some players from them
It's
too.
just like
we got some players from them too.
Oh, Roy Williams.
That wasn't that good.
Choke the chicken. Oh, why is it everybody loves? I need to have just a chicken cam. I need to make some kind of automatic chicken squeezer, so I can push the button and it just sits back here and goes. So it just squeezes itself, okay?
So Jerry Jones trying to live the glory days with primetime.
I don't know. No, I don't know what Jerry's trying to do. I honestly don't know what Jerry Jones
Because
is doing.
that's what it seems like to me, trying to live the glory days.
Oh, I tell you what. So yesterday, one of my favorite actors, athletes, movie characters,
Game show
Bob
host.
Uecker,
Game show host.
passed away yesterday at 90. 90 years of age. He's only 8 years older than Jerry Jones. I found out guy I met just a couple months ago at my wife's class reunion. Her husband, shoveling snow a couple of days ago, died heart attack. Boom. He's 58 years old. So if I'm Jerry Jones and I'm kind of like sitting here at 82, I don't know that how many years I have left here to continually wait and waste. Now, we got some real questions here because Will McClay's contract is up in April.
After the draft. After the draft. They waited till after.
We have no coaches. None. Zero. Zilch.
All of them.
Zingo.
Wherever one of them left.
None of them have contracts. They're all free to go wherever they want to.
We got like 30-some players.
And you have to figure.
We got 30-some players, too, that are.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not. Some of them I'm okay with letting them go.
What about Ugo Digazoo? I think that's how you pronounce his name. I don't want him to go nowhere.
Well, Ghostface Gaming, the question is it's retooling and winning with Coach Prime. Here's what I'm going to say. Kellen Moore. What Kellen Moore says is, I know Dak Prescott. I know the Joneses. I know Jason Garrett's style of coaching. We're going to do the same things that we've always done. Catboy's going to be Catboy, and he's going to tell us we can't afford these players. We're going to have to do more with less. I don't see Kellen Moore as a motivator of guys. I'm not going to say that he doesn't know how to draw plays. He does know how to draw plays. But I'm not sure he has the fire in the belly that you need. See, you have to understand, you need to get these guys to believe in you to the point where they will literally run through a brick wall.
Well, that's what they're doing in Washington.
That's what exactly.
And the Lions.
The Lions. And see, you can see today's players, they're emulating their coaches. You're seeing guys like Sean McDermott who have a fire, a spirit that they're in your face. You're seeing Dan Campbells who are literally chewing off people's kneecaps, and they're in your face. And then you look at Mike McDaniels with the Miami Dolphins, he looks like he should be in the one of the mall boy, clothing stores, and looks kind of timid. And that seems like how the Miami Dolphins play. Kind of timid and kind of soft.
They're soft. You're talking about like Sharman?
Yeah. But that's how... Listen, he was thought to be the great coordinator, the great, mind. He could draw up great plays and everything else,
that's
right?
what you should have been. As a coordinator. If you're a good coordinator, stay in your lane.
That's the thing. And so he goes to Miami, and now it's not about him. See, you have to understand, he's drawing up plays, but you got Kyle Shanahan, who's kind of like the fire and brimstone kind of coach that's putting that passion with the players. But now he has to be that guy, and it just doesn't seem there. His players basically look at him bundled up, and he's so cold, and they're laughing at him. So if you're laughing at the guy who's supposed to leading you, are you going to run through a freaking brick wall for him? What I honestly need is, Jerry Jones always talks about stirring shit up, and creating controversy. I think he needs to get some of his own medicine. I think he needs a coach who's going to stir some shit back up on him, and to be a conflict, to be a guy who can kind of say, no, that's not what we're going to do, Jerry. Here's the real deal. We're going to do it this way. I cannot continue to, I can't go through a season of looking at Kellen Moore on the sideline. There is no way in hell. Give me Glenn at head coach, Lynn. Zimmer at defensive coordinator. Witten at tight end coach, or Gould at special teams coach. Not prime time, don't get excited. I will get more excited than, you know what? I'll take a ham sandwich over Kellen Moore. I think it would be more exciting.
Yeah, because
it really would.
If Primetime came here and they was able to to do what he did in college, oh, it's going to be a totally different team. But the question is, will Jerry Jones allow him to do what he needs to do to turn his team around? Because he will turn his team around. Give him a couple
Don't
years.
worry. Stephen Jones will deliver Kellen Moore to you. Well, because that's the kind of guy they want because, it's not about winning. It's about a guy that we can control.
Yes,
Jerry.
Yes, Jerry.
Kellen Moore here, he would have been a great quarterback had he not broke his ankle and Dak stole his job. But, we feel bad that he didn't get his opportunity to be
Mr.
the starting
Jones, can I
quarterback
have
for
some
the
more?
Dallas Cowboys. And so we look at this as the opportunity to bring him back. We know he'll work cheap. That guy, Ben Johnson, he's probably going to want 15, 16 million. Deion, he might want 18, 19
At least
million.
I'm comfortable the way it's getting
And
in college.
we feel comfortable with a guy like Kellen Moore that we ain't got to pay any money because, he'll just be happy. He's done like 10 interviews for head coaching job. He's probably at the point where he figures he can't get a job. And so he'll be desperate enough to say, hey, I'll work for peanuts. And that's exactly what we'll pay him. Peanuts, not even with the salt on them. He's going to have to get his own salt here because, things
Mr.
cost
Jones,
a
can
lot
I
of
have some
money.
more?
Hit the like button, Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, that's the Joneses. So we've got all kinds of stuff. With Deion, I don't know if Deion really wants to coach in the NFL, but I know this. I know Jeff Lee. Jeff Lee either says choke the chicken or he loves boobies. That's it. He loves chicken and boobies, okay? Ladies, if you want to make him happy, show him boobies and choke the chicken, and he'll be good to go.
Why
okay?
would you want to come to NFL?
Well,
To the Dallas Cowboys. Because you're beloved.
you know why? See, I can see it now. I see Jerry. Here's the craziest thing that Adam Schefter. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me play this, and we'll figure it out.
Joining us now might be a man who has more information on the situation. Senior NFL insider for ESPN, Adam Schefter.
Yeah, Schefty.
Shefty, we're talking about. Hey, how are you doing, brother? Thank you for joining us. We're
He looks
talking
like a
about
vampire.
the Cowboys situation with Prime because this is sports media dream, but it's also a massive college football story. It's a massive NFL story. There's precedent story. There's a lot going on here. What do you think the reality of the situation is down there in Dallas? Prime has real opportunity. Witten has real opportunity. Kellen has real opportunity. Who's making the decisions? How do you end up seeing this working out, you think, Shefty?
Well, Jerry's team, so I think it starts with Jerry. And I think we go from there. And I think Kellen Moore is somebody that knows that system, knows that organization, knows that culture, gets along great with Dak. I think there's a lot there that tells you that Kellen Moore is going to be in play for this job. And if Jerry Jones wants to take a big swing and go for Deion, go pay the buyout, which, again, I don't think he'd be thrilled about doing. There are ways to navigate that. Maybe he has Netflix partner up with him to help take on some of the costs. Not that Jerry can't afford it or anything.
What is the buyout?
But I don't think that $10 million buyout is completely insignificant in this particular occasion. So we'll see. They've got Robert Saleh today. They're talking to him, the former New York Jets head coach. Kellen Moore, Leslie Frazier coming up here. Those are the known candidates so far. Deion's always there. Jerry knows where to find him. Deion knows where to find Jerry. Deion was planning to go snowmobiling in Colorado this weekend, although I was told it's supposed to be as cold as it's ever been there this weekend, so I don't know if his snowmobile plans are still on in the mountains. We'll see if he's tough enough to go do that or not. So Dallas, again, Dallas is on its own time schedule here. The people, the candidates that the Cowboys are pursuing seem to be different than the candidates that most other teams have on their horizon and their radar. So it's not like Dallas needs to rush to go make a decision. Jerry Jones will be able to go through his process, think about it. And by the way, I'm sure during the course of this, he'll probably change his mind a couple of times. One day feel a certain way, another day feel a different way.
Again, now here's the thing. That to me, when you talk about the buyout, $10 million. $10 million to a franchise that's worth over $10 billion. It's not salary cap money, people. It's not salary cap money. You're telling me that Deion, just bringing Deion here would be versus Kellen Moore would be a cash cow. Say what you will about Deion, he gonna put fans in the stands. He is gonna bring back Showtime to the Dallas Cowboys. He's gonna bring back all his former teammates, and everybody else will want to see prime time with prime time. I can see the prime time. They'll be selling coaching jackets. Prime time. You know that. Not just jerseys. They will be selling coaching paraphernalia. Okay? Everything. Everybody will want to see what will Coach Prime do. He took Colorado with one freaking win. One freaking win. In 2 years, turned that place around to being a juggernaut.
Don't forget about Jackson State. I think they won.
Jackson State.
They won 2 championships back-to-back years while he was there, and they're still winning after he left.
You're telling me it's not worthwhile to take that chance?
But he wants too much.
What is too? What is okay?
Both of his sons.
No, he knows realistically that's not going to happen.
Well, we'll guess.
Keeping a running back hurt to the championship game. No one wants to coach or play. Oh, there now, Big Spank Dog. As a Commanders fan with your left hand up, you might want to be worried about your team tomorrow going against the Detroit Lions instead of in here trolling the Cowboys. I'm just saying.
But it's the truth, though. No one wants to coach for us. Unless you get like the Kellen Moores of the world.
Chris May, how are you doing tonight? Aisha Robinson, how are you doing?
Because you can get the Kellen Moores of the world here.
Big Spank Dog, we don't know who's coming here, okay? We don't know. So that's why we're talking about all the people that are being talked about.
We just interviewed
now
Kellen
take your playoff win and get the fuck out of here, okay? We're grown people in here talking, okay? Grown-ass Cowboy fans. So you can...
Shut the fuck up.
Let me only interview Kellen Moore.
The fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain where there are no more fuck-ups to shut.
So, regardless, Bobby Beninsky, Kellen Moore's the perfect candidate for, he's the perfect one that would do exactly what Jerry wants to do, which is shut up and get out the way.
He knows the routine. Yes,
Bobby B.
Yes, Mr. Jones, can I have some more?
Yeah, he knows exactly his place. Shut up and let us do what we're going to do.
Sir.
It's not about winning. I will take anybody over Kellen Moore. The Cowboys cannot sell Kellen Moore to the fan base. And at this moment, the Cowboy fan... Okay, you as a Cowboy fan, are you feeling good about the team right now?
Oh, hell no.
Are you saying, let's go out and buy season tickets? Are you ready to see the schedule release and say, ooh, which games am I going to go to this year? Are you planning your trip to Oxnard, to the draft?
Well, who's going to draft this year? I'll give everybody a pass.
You got to be rich to go to draft this year in Green Bay. That shit right there, $1,000 a night for days in.
I'll wait till they go to Pittsburgh. I'll save my coins for Pittsburgh.
Deion is a winner. I agree with you on that, Ultra. What's going on? I'd take John Gruden over Kellen Moore. I'd take Leslie Frazier over Kellen Moore.
I'll take Jason Witten.
I would take Jason Witten over Kellen. I don't want Kellen Moore to be a ball boy.
Nah, he don't need to become. He don't nowhere near the team.
Stacy Schubert, what's going on?
Keep your behind with the Eagles.
Haven't seen that profile in a long time. Oh my goodness.
Keep your behind with the Eagles where you belong.
And she leads men and a great candidate. Boycott time. Holly Pierce in the house. What's up, Holly? I think Jerry Dreams coaching guys. Sanders, head coach. Saleh. I think really. Okay, now here's the problem with Saleh. I have my 49er friend who's literally saying that apparently San Francisco is willing to make Saleh the highest paid defensive coordinator in the NFL.
Hey, I'll take that job.
They definitely want him back. So
I'll take that
if
job.
it ends up being that the Cowboys say, hey, Robert Saleh, yeah, we're going to hire Kellen Moore to be the coach, and we want you to be the defensive coordinator here for him. I think if you're looking at that and saying San Francisco, where the commodities and the players they have to work with and things, or the Joneses, I think you take, if it's just
we don't even know who's coming back.
defensive coordinator, you stick with San Francisco.
We don't know how many of those 30-plus players are coming back.
Some people, Big Spank, yes, he can indefinitely. No, you can't. What is the conversation here? Some people in Big Spank Dog, yes, you can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't. Y'all know why no one wants to. Yes, we know. Okay, we know. We know why nobody wants to come here. We know.
That's a number of factors.
I've said that for a long time.
It's the money. It's the
And
Joneses.
when you think about Chicago whining and dining Mike McCarthy, it's like, brother, you succeeded more than anybody else there in Dallas. That wasn't good enough for the Joneses. And what Jerry's really trying to do now with all of this stuff here is making you forget that they haven't done what they needed to try and win. That's the bottom line. And it doesn't matter if it's Kellen Moore, if it's Deion, if it's Leslie Frazier, if it's Robert Saleh, if they do the buyout and get Bill Belichick. It doesn't matter who anybody is if they continue to run things the way it is. That clip, looking at Jerry Jones with Stephen Jones and Jerry Waynes Jones Jr., and they're all around the table trying, discussing how they're going to do Deion's contract. You look at Catboy, he looked like a snot-nosed little kid. He is the capologist? And after all the years and all the blunders and all the screw-ups and all that with the cap, they still won't hire anybody to do it the right way? It ain't going to change. They're not getting better with age. Big Spank better be worried about them Lions. Is Aaron Glenn on the list of coaches? Well,
I didn't see
their name. Here's the thing: their names are out there. Their names are out there because their names are out there. You're going to get so much. This is the thing about the offseason. You're going to get so much bullshit blown at you that you don't know what's real and what's not. You're always going to hear, well, the Cowboys have interest in Ben Johnson. No. You had Bill Barnwell today go through and basically say, if the Cowboys want to win, they should throw $125 million at Ben Johnson. Andy Reid is only $20 million. So let me see if I get this straight. Y'all are saying go spend $25 million a year for Ben Johnson, but you turn around and say, oh, $10 million for a buyout for Deion. Oh, that's not insignificant. Does that make any sense to you? So let me ask you, Mike. What do you think of this team right now? You think that we have any chance of being a decent team next year?
No.
Do you think Jerry Jones will change any? That he'll actually go through and actually try to build a competent team?
That's an understatement.
Let me do a poll here.
Jerry Jones ain't going to do nothing.
Let's do a Kellen Moore poll.
Oh, forget it. Ain't no one to see Kellen Moore.
Okay.
This team's in trouble. That's the truth. You let Dan Quinn lead the building, and Washington's one game away from going to the championship round of the playoffs.
Okay, there we go. We got a poll here for Kellen Moore back. Yes, no, or pass the rat poison. Okay, so which one do you want? Yes, trouble.
How lethal is that rat poison?
Dirty Sanchez. They're only interviewing Kellen Moore because they have to interview idiots. I totally agree. Anybody but Moore. I said it right. At this point, I don't know what to think about this team.
The team is
Kellen Moore is stupid.
I mean, we'll have an easier schedule next year, so it might be good enough to make the playoffs. But are we going to win a game? No.
Oh, boy. Holly Pierce says she chooses pass the rat poison. Pass. Can people stop saying we're getting Spags from Chiefs? He literally just signed a contract not leaving. I'll take the rat poison.
Take Queensberry out of it, too, because he likes it in Washington. And he's still getting paid from the Cardinals. So there's that.
Kellen Moore would not have a shot succeeding in Dallas.
I'm not sure anybody you bring is going to have a chance.
Okay, so here's then the next question. On 105.3 The Fan, they have the worst case scenario for Dak Prescott's hamstring. They're literally saying that his hamstring, it's possible, they say, his hamstring is so bad that he won't be able to run, first thing. And I don't know that I want him to run much.
Yeah,
two, that he won't be able to step into throws. So they literally have saying that his career is over. Now, my counter to that is it will be if we end up having an offensive line that leaks like a sieve like it did last year and no running game. But I think about Tyron Smith, who had the exact same injury, who came back during that year to play a few of the games, and then the next year was all pro. And it didn't seem like that was a problem with his leg. Thoughts? In the end, it don't matter because everybody's talking about, well, we could trade him to Tennessee, get their pick, or we trade him to Cleveland and get their pick and everything else. We could try and do that. But regardless of what you do, you're still talking about taking a $100 million dead money hit. I love Dak Prescott, but unfortunately, that contract that Cap Boy did, the capologist, another bad contract.
Yeah, because they wait till last minute. You wait till last minute and you overpay people.
Oh, I'm sorry, Yusuf. They're getting jealous on the other channel, so I didn't do a poll. Hold on.
The thing is, though, you overpay guys because you wait till the last minute to pay them. And that's the Joneses' fault.
All right, there we go. The poll on the other channel. Kellen Moore back? Yes, no, or shoot me now. Okay. Salo is a better opportunity in San Francisco as defense square. I agree. I'm going to say if you have an opportunity for a job elsewhere, you may be better off.
So what's the Eagles offering Kellen Moore to stay?
I don't know that they are.
That's a good question. Are they even offering something to stay?
I don't mind paying Dak. He's not the problem. It's the contract, the no trade clause. If he can't do much with that hamstring, we're stuck. He's a back. Okay, Big Spank Dog, you're a freaking idiot. He's not a backup at best somewhere else. Bro.
If his hamstring is good, he's a starter. If he gets hamstring right, he's a starter somewhere else.
What about Joe Brady? You know, I'll be honest with you. I kept saying that honestly with Dak, I would have rolled the dice and say, I'm going to wait and see what happens. If the Cowboys weren't going to do anything, I'd say bye. I would have said bye. Rays, New York, 76. I don't know that it's wasted, just Dak. Here's the thing. Bobby Beniski. This is your doing with your help wanted shirt. Oh, it's my fault. Okay, Bobby. Everything is my fault, okay? It's never Jerry Jones's fault, is it? It's never Jerry Jones's fault.
It's not.
It's always Mark and that damn voodoo doll. I've been coaching the Cowboys for 30 years.
Because Jerry Jones is how to make money. So I guess so.
There, you got it. He's there making money left, hand over fist.
Yeah, he don't care. Cowboy fans are still going to fill up the stadium. We're still going to go to training camp. I won't, but others will.
Okay. Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes can do things that others cannot do. Although I will say, the last couple of years, Pat Mahomes has come back down to earth.
But he has a team around him.
There you go.
Put him on the worst team in the NFL and tell him how good he's going to be. Put him on the Browns.
Anybody not named Pat Mahomes?
No. Put Pat Mahomes on the Browns.
Okay.
Let's see how good he's going to do.
The Browns weren't a bad team there. They had quarterback problems, but be that as it may.
I'm just saying, put him on
I
the
will
Browns.
say the Cleveland Browns team has, if you take away the quarterbacks, had better personnel last year than the Cowboys. I will say that. If you take any quarterback not named Dak Prescott with the team that we had this year, you're not doing much better than what you did. Honestly.
Are you sure Patrick Mahomes wouldn't do better?
I said not named Pat Mahomes. You had no running game. Everybody out here who talks about, they're a great quarterback, take a look and see where the running game is. I bet you that they're not 62 yards a game like we were for a while. And I'm betting they have more than one wide receiver. And probably they have a good tight end.
Yeah.
How many of those things did we have last year? Our offensive line played better in the second half. But did you see how they were playing the first half? Kellen Moore got lucky that he was playing the second half and not the first half.
That's a good question.
What's that?
How come when you put a backup in, usually that they play better than Dak Prescott?
You know why?
Or they change it up?
You know why? I'm going
to
to tell you exactly why.
Because Cooper Rush played better.
Dem Boys Kicks, Logan Motorsport, what's up?
I'm not saying Cooper Rush is good, but he played better with what we had.
This goes back to the ownership. Because what happens with the ownership, they equate, when they say, we've got, let's say, $40 million allotted to wide receivers. Let's just say that, hypothetically. And so CeeDee Lamb gets a $35 million contract. So they look at that and say, well, CeeDee Lamb's got to get 80% of the catches because he's 80% of the money.
And that's the problem.
And so you literally heard, wait a minute, you literally heard when they were about to sign him after CeeDee Lamb had a record-breaking season the year before, averaging 10 catches a game. Well, CeeDee Lamb, he's got to understand he's going to have to get like 12 to 15 touches a week, because we're paying him all this money. And so since we're paying all that money, we got to get more production. What they are literally asking him to do is probably about 700 yards more than the record season in receptions. You saw how many times they would run him at least 3 times a game.
Yeah.
And that contributed to him getting injured. It's their mentality of, I'm paying you, so I'm going to get everything out of you. Which is why they kept Mike McCarthy and wouldn't let him interview for another job, because they're so damn petty that literally, we don't want you to have a week off that we paid for. We're going to wait till the last damn minute, which is the exact same thing they did to Jason Garrett. And then didn't do their homework when they went for Mike McCarthy. One thing at least I can say is, at least they're talking to multiple candidates.
Yeah,
at least,
Kellen Moore
now whether or not they're actually just doing that just to save face, I don't know. I'm happy that they at least didn't say today, well, Kellen Moore's our guy. I can't believe that people actually want Kellen back as head coach too.
I don't want him back.
It feels like everybody. It feels like the talking heads are trying to sell Kellen Moore to us.
Oh.
When I hear, well, Kellen Moore knows the Joneses. Well, knows the Joneses. You know, he's the smartest guy in the room. We had allegedly the smartest guy in the room with Jason Garrett. How did that work? How did that work? Give me, if that's what I get from a smart person, give me a stupid coach then. Give me a caveman. Okay, give me something that shows me some passion on the field. I don't want to see the clapper. Part 2.
Clap your hands.
Okay? I can't do that. See, people don't remember Kellen Moore's the guy who called the muddle huddle at that game against San Francisco with Zeke at center.
Why?
People don't remember all the comeback routes and all the stop routes, do they? Do they? Do y'all remember? Here's where it's funny. Do you remember? Maybe you don't. When Amari Cooper got put in the doghouse after he had scored a big touchdown.
Oh, I thought it was at the other incident.
Well, that one too. But the first time he got in the doghouse, they kept calling all these stop routes. And he got in the huddle with Dak and said, Dak, they're sitting on these routes, man. We need
I remember.
We need to do the go route. And Dak's like, bro, that's not what they're calling. And he's basically, F that. Yergy, shout out to you.
I wish
Super
I
chat.
could find that
We
clip.
want Coach Joe Boo.
I wish
Eddie, telling you right now, if Kellen Moore, Jason Witten are the coaches of the Dallas Cowboys, I'm out. I will never watch another game, and I'm done with this. I'm done with the channel.
And
Damn.
That's okay.
Eddie B.
Because
Damn.
you know what?
Damn, Eddie, you gonna leave me, cuz?
You know what I could do on Sundays? Go do deliveries.
I don't want to do that.
I said I can. I don't know about you.
Football. Listen, bro.
You know what? Though? I wish I could find that clip of Dak Prescott.
Eddie says, "What's up, Mike?"
Oh, so I wish I could find that clip, but they probably erased off the internet. Where Dak Prescott sitting next to Kellen Moore, and he is just pissed. The pissed look on his face. But Kellen Moore tried to explain the offense to him, and that's how I feel right now. That would be a good shirt.
You don't understand, people. Football has been part of my life like I'm Al Bundy, okay? I'm still living on those 4 touchdowns in one day in high school, okay? I literally come here every morning and sit down, either here, man cave, or wherever I am,
I feel sorry
and
for
talk
you.
about the Dallas Cowboys.
I feel sorry for you.
And I don't think I can do that if Kellen Moore. I can't sit through Kellen Moore press conferences. I can't sit through Catboy talking about, well, you know, Catboy, when we got Kellen Moore, he's one of the brightest minds out there. We just love all of the comeback routes that he does. And, you know, those trick plays that trick us. we sit here in the office and we look and we try and figure them out. And we say, that's a trick play because I don't understand how it works. He really knows how to trick us. And we feel good about having Kellen Moore back here because he's part of the family. We've known him for so long. We've seen him as a failed quarterback. We've seen him as a failed offensive coordinator. Why not get the trifecta and have him as a failed NFL coach, and we'll turn around and we'll just have to fire him too. And in the meantime, we'll just watch some more great players' careers just go away without a Super Bowl ring. But we don't care because, you know, my dad, he's got 3 right now. We got more money than God. We got a 360-foot long yacht. We got a couple of helicopters. Hell, I got a job. And if it hadn't been for my dad buying the Cowboys, I'd be unemployed right now, maybe even living on the street. So there's to you, Dad. I appreciate the job. Bobby Beniski, looking like you're willing to stress eating again. Bobby, actually, I have slowed down my eating, and I've actually dropped 5 pounds since the beginning of the year, just by eating a little bit better and staying away from the candy. But I appreciate you talking about me stress eating. I'm eating things like almonds and pistachios, and I'm even drinking Essentia water. Because I realize if I'm ever going to see the Cowboys win a Super Bowl, I better plan on living a long time.
Yes, that's right.
Forever Fashion Romo. What's up? Romo was audibly 90% of the time with Linehan. Yeah, he really was. So you had the inmates running the assignment. Okay, so we're going to go ahead before we get out of here. We are going to do a drawing for the Dumb and Dumber shirt, okay? You sound just like him, Holmes. Well, you know, I've been working on Stephen Jones and things because I've heard him talk so many times that literally when he says stupid things like, you know, we don't believe that the Rams are doing the right thing, that it's been burned in my head, and it's just like it just keeps echoing back and forth, and it literally has taken me over. The Joneses need and must give up power. I know it's not going to happen, but it needs to happen.
As long as they're making money, as long as they're making money, they ain't going to change.
They are not. Herbert had a 28. Okay. Well, yeah, Justin Herbert had a 28-0 lead. And, no, it's 27. And got smoked by the Texans. Oh, it was 28. Okay.
Yeah, what?
No, hold on.
No.
Jacksonville, he had a 27-0 lead, and they lost 31-30.
It wasn't the Texans.
The Texans, they never had the lead. The Texans, they got smoked. He kept throwing interception after interception.
Let's talk about during the season. That's different. I don't know if they played during the season. But in the playoff games, no. Because it was still 6. It was still 6-0.
Heart the channel, Eddie. Gotcha.
It was 6-0 when we got to halftime.
You got to have to outlive Jerry to see us win. But here's the problem.
Everybody's going to outlive Jerry.
I don't know that that's going to be enough because I think, what is Stephen Jones going to do?
Well, y'all also think the forces.
Is he going to bring in his kids?
No. The forces at B would help us. Would help us get to the Super Bowl. A few calls that go our way. I mean, they did it for the Saints, and they might be doing it for the Rams. Which I wouldn't be mad if the Rams won the Super Bowl and won.
The Cowboys no longer have a mystique that they used to. It used to be teams feared playing the Cowboys. They'd want to play them because they would get publicity. But now, Cowboys are a joke.
Blame Jimmy Johnson, then.
Why are we blaming Jimmy Johnson?
Because he never acknowledged Jerry Jones. He never acknowledged. That's where it all stems from. He's still.
Think about it. We got shorthanded because the Joneses were smart enough to even think about Mike McCarthy leaving as possible. Yeah. Well, and they decided to wait. And they're still not in a hurry. And if you look at the candidates that they're looking at, they're the people nobody wants. Who else is interviewing Leslie Frazier for head coach? Who else is interviewing Robert Saleh for head coach? Who hasn't interviewed Kellen Moore for head coach? He's done like 9 interviews already. Maybe 10 now with this one. And still hasn't gotten a head coaching job. What does that tell you?
He might with the Cowboys.
This is the same thing we do with players. We wait for players that aren't on rosters that nobody wants. We go for USFL guys that aren't on roster that nobody wants. We keep going for leftovers instead of primo. MM through K. Nobody, Mark. The players will run over Kellen Moore. Yeah, only DC for Robert. Yeah, and that's my fear is Kellen Moore's going to come here. You know, he's going to be behind the clipboard with the headset on all the time and calling plays. Ain't nobody going to listen to him.
I mean, Dak Prescott didn't listen to him that day.
The Dallas Cowboys are broken.
He was pissed.
There's no other way to put it. Let's get Gronk for head coach. What about Flores for head coach?
Well, wasn't there rumors that
Flores, you know what? I'll take Brian Flores over Kellen Moore. He at least has coaching experience. He has actually not a bad record with the Miami Dolphins, considering they didn't do anything to help him like they have Mike McDaniels. They've at least tried. I mean, they went out and got Tyreek Hill. They got Jalen Ramsey. They went out and brought all kinds of players in there trying to win with Mike McDaniels and have barely done anything more than what Brian Flores has done. So, yeah, I would love to see Brian Flores. But there's no way in the world because Brian Flores is kind of like Deion-esque like, where he's not going to take bullshit. You heard him basically say, they wanted me to tank. I'm not going to do that shit. And that's a guy that would push back to Jerry, and that's where Jerry, that's okay. Mark Holmes is head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
No, what they need to do.
Shit.
No, what they need to do is hire Jerry Jones.
Oh, there you go. Jerry Jones should just go eliminate the middleman. So let me go ahead, and I'm going to grab. If you're a 2XL, then you're in great shape because I have a 2XL right now. Otherwise, I got to get Miss Tracy to make you another one.
If you're a 2XL, we can get out tomorrow.
Okay. And watch, it's going to be Bobby Beninsky because he always ends up doing all those $2 super chats and stuff. He's got more stuff. I'm not going to do it. Bobby, I just sent you another one. I'm not sending you another shirt today. No.
At least wait till the next
Whole
one.
freaking wardrobe is Jobu's Sports
Watch her
Report.
pick him again.
Eddie B. Boom. You got Eddie's address? All right, Eddie.
Is he
Eddie.
2X?
Huh?
Is he a 2X?
He's family. He's a 2X.
I don't know what size he is. Size.
We all big. Okay.
I don't know what size he is.
The problem is, and I can tell you that I tried to tell people about Dalvin Cook.
Y'all get his
here in
raise
Minnesota. We know
out.
offensively he's challenged, which is why the offensive coordinator, not a head coach. Yeah. You're right, Eddie. Everybody who said Dalvin Cook, man, we got Dalvin. Nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted him.
They knew this past his prime.
Yeah, this is true. Where is the other can of soup?
With the rest of the Eagle stuff.
Oh, okay.
I put it with the rest of the Eagle stuff.
I could send him the soup. He'd probably appreciate that since Bobby is an Eagle fan.
I mean, we can. If you want another one, I'll get one the next time I'm that way. If you really want another one. They're only $250, so I can get you another
Mike
one.
Tomlin he hasn't been let go just yet.
They're not going to let him go.
I don't think they are either.
Because they like to hold on to their coaches. Because I think it's like the third or fourth coach they had. And the whole totality.
Throw a bucket of money at
of the team.
You know what? I think I would rather roll the dice on Deion right now than Bill Belichick at this point.
Bill Belichick is the game past him.
Yes, it is. It went out on. What day did we get at the post office? Is that Wednesday? Wednesday.
And Monday's a holiday, so you have to keep that in mind.
Maybe it might be there tomorrow.
If not, it'll be after the holiday on Monday.
Yeah, I don't think Mike Tomlin is going to be out there.
And if Mike Tomlin is, Jerry Jones ain't paying them.
Loyal, you're 100% right. You will have fans burning jerseys.
I won't. That's my
Yeah,
heart.
I'm not. Not unless I happen to have a Kellen Moore jersey and I don't have one of those.
I do want to get Aubrey's jersey. I wouldn't mind picking that up and supporting him.
Oh, Jim, I'm with you, man. Oh Lordy, it would bust the internet if the Cowboys hired Deion, and that's the short-sightedness of Jerry Jones. You could just kick back and let Deion do his thing and just print money.
But would he allow him to do his thing, or would he meddle in it?
If you want to make more money, see, here's the problem. Jerry Jones is so worried about $45 tours of the Star that he misses the big picture. If you were in the NFC Championship game or in the Super Bowl, do you know how many shirts and jerseys and everything else you would sell just being a winner?
Or just going to training camp.
Do you know how many people would go to a Super Bowl to see the freaking Cowboys? And how much money they would spend? I will, Jeff.
Or even going to training camp.
Oh, training camp is dead.
I hate this. I'd rather go to Washington's training camp than go to that mess in California.
Well,
it was free for us to get close
both
to the
holes. 56% of the people and 59% say hell no to Kellen Moore. And in fact,
Kellen Moore, no. I'm with you on that because
in fact, 18% said pass the rat poison.
Hey, I don't have to watch. I can go.
And on the other one, 16% said shoot me now. So 27 and 21% said Yeah, I want Kellen Moore back. Well, that's all we have for us. Bobby Beninsky, I'll take the soup. Bobby Beninsky. All right, Bobby. We can get some Eagles shit out of here.
I mean, I can get you more if you want more.
No, I don't want more. I don't want more. No.
I'm talking about
no,
the, I'm talking
no
about the
more,
soup. I'm talking about the soup. I'm talking about the soup. I'm talking about the soup.
More. No
I'm talking about the soup.
Okay, make sure everybody goes to X. I don't say get X and get on X. I said, but go to X and hashtag no Kellen Moore. All right? With that being said, we'll see you later. We'll be live streaming tomorrow night for the Commanders game with the left hand up and see what happens to them.
Are you doing the channel member live stream tomorrow too?
We'll probably be doing the game. I might do that. I might let them call in for the first game. That might be the thing we do.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. At least for the first
All right.
Expected yet?
There we go.
Does this defense have any heart?
No, they suck. I've been telling you all season, Philly.
Shit on you. They've shit on you. Don't you hear me, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter? It's like they shit on you. They've shit on you. They have shit on you. Don't you hear me, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter? It's like they shit on you. Kill them.
Oh my goodness! Did he say?